El Paso deserves better communication and better coordination and more respect for the El Paso and the people that live in this community. We will be following up with the FAA to make sure that this never happens again. In
We're going to open it up to questions. I will ask you, please wait till we get the microphone to you. How many emergency medical flights or urgent critical flights were diverted because of this situation?
So I had a call this morning with some of the hospital operations.
Which agency for the closure of the airport?
Yeah, so we're still determining the official reason, but I can tell you that the FAA was the primary agency that made the decision to shut down our airspace here over this community. So the official reason we're still the city, calling our chief of police, calling the public safety officers that we have in our community to alert them that we're going to be shutting down your airspace in your community. None of that took place. So we woke up, just like many of you, at midnight last night, 1 in the morning.
You were talking about not letting FAA do this again in any near future or anything without communication. Is there anything that, I don't want to say they can face, but that El Paso is doing for them to know that they can't just like close the aerial space?
Well, I think, you know, cannot just shut down a city. There was people coming to El Paso. Our airport was in chaos. Our community was scared, all because someone decided to shut down our airspace. You just cannot do that. And they lifted it real quick. So we've got to figure out what the root cause of that problem was. You look at the travelers that were stuck at our El Paso International Airport. They had to spend money, those that could get a rent-a-car, to get out of El Paso. So that cost them money. You look at some of the business deals that were going to take place today here in our community, that just may not happen. So we don't know the complete impact.
Airport space or in the vicinity, is there any truth to that?
Let me turn that over to the chief or to someone else to better answer this.
Thank you, Mayor. So your question on drones, that
approval, Mayor, or does that have to go through you and you have to give the yes or no on that?
So I've never closed the airport, again, I've been here a little bit, 13 months, so we've never closed the airport since 9/11. So again, we wouldn't close the airport for something like it. And I will touch on your drone question. There's probably been drones ever since they've been started flying in this community. So that's not nothing new. So a drone shutting down our airspace, we've got to get better than this.
And so
Hi, Mayor. Stephanie Chavez with Univision. I know you mentioned El Paso is not only a dot. We have the border. We also have Fort Bliss. What is the next step as leaders to get the information of what happened and to get better communication? Because, like you said, it affects the citizens, but we also have
On what happened, I want to thank our Fort Bliss partners too. I was on the phone not only with our Congresswoman, but with Major General Taylor this morning. And we will make sure that we continue to communicate. And that's what the leadership did in this community. We came together to figure out what was going on. Like many of you in this room, I hope so.
I'll repeat the question. Do you think that there will be a true, honest answer about why the government chose to shut down the airport?
I sure hope so. And I can tell you El Paso deserves better. We deserve to know why our airport was shut down. It's unacceptable. Whatever information they had that shut down our airspace is something that should have been shared with this leadership. That is the piece of information we don't have. And once we get that, we can let the citizens know why they shut it down. So just like many of you, there's a lot of unanswered questions. Each other.
Thank you, Ron.
All right, thank you guys.